road trip. Hey? Birds.
I didn't think much of it the first time. It was just a small sound outside the house. But the second time it happened, I realized someone was standing on the porch. I've thought about whether or not to share this, not because I'm embarrassed or because I think people won't believe me. I'm sharing it because I still don't fully understand what happened that night. And honestly, I think that's the part that scares me the most. This was about 3 years ago. I was house-sitting for my aunt. Her place is out in the countryside, somewhere in rural Pennsylvania, about 40 minutes from the nearest town. You know the kind of place. One road in, thick tree line on both sides, no neighbors close enough to matter. The kind of quiet that takes a few days to stop feeling strange. My aunt and her husband were in Europe for 2 weeks. I had the whole property to myself. Dogs, chickens, the works. And honestly, at the time I was looking forward to it. I'd been living in the city for years. I wanted space. The first week was fine, peaceful even. I'd wake up, feed the animals, sit on the porch with coffee, read. Sleep came easy. The silence started feeling normal. It was the second week when things shifted. I noticed it first on a Tuesday. I was coming back from the small barn out back, maybe 30 yards from the house, and I saw the side gate was open, the one facing the tree line. I knew I hadn't opened it. I always kept it latched because of the dogs. I just stood there for a second, looking at it. I don't know why, but I stood there longer than I should have, like I was waiting for something else to move. I told myself the wind had pushed it, or maybe I'd just forgotten. I latched it back and tried not to think about it. That night, around 11, one of the dogs, Harlow, a big shepherd mix, started pacing. Not barking, just pacing, back and forth in front of the glass door that opens onto the back porch. He wouldn't settle. I watched him for a while. Then I looked outside. Just darkness, tree line, nothing unusual, but something felt off. I went to bed. Wednesday was normal. Thursday was normal. Friday morning, I was at the kitchen sink washing a bowl, the window facing the front driveway, and that's when I saw them. Tire tracks. Fresh ones. They hadn't been there the night before. They came up toward the house and then curved back out, like someone had pulled in, waited, and then left. No one was supposed to come by. My aunt hadn't mentioned anyone. No deliveries, nothing. I stood there for a while, just staring, trying to come up with a normal explanation. Maybe someone got lost. Maybe a neighbor I didn't know about. But something about it didn't feel random. I kept telling myself it was nothing, but at that point, things were starting to feel connected. I didn't call anyone. I don't know why. I just kept thinking there's probably a normal reason. Saturday night, that's when it happened. I went to bed around midnight. Doors locked, dogs inside, porch light on. I was just about to fall asleep when I heard it. Not inside the house, outside, on the porch. A sound like weight shifting on old wood. One creak, then another. I didn't move. Harlow froze right next to the bed. He wasn't growling, and that's what bothered me. Dogs growl at animals, at raccoons, deer, anything unfamiliar. But he wasn't reacting. He was listening, completely still, silent. And that was worse. I kept my breathing slow, told myself it was just an animal, a raccoon maybe. I almost believed it. Then I heard it, the door handle. Not shaking, not forcing, just slowly moving, like someone testing it.
seeing if it would open. I stopped breathing. It lasted maybe 3 seconds. Then nothing. Just silence. I stayed there, not moving. Probably 20 minutes, maybe more. The house made its normal sounds. The refrigerator humming, wind passing through the trees, but nothing else.
Eventually, I got up, checked every lock, every window, turned on all the lights. Nothing. No one outside. No movement. Driveway empty. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I noticed something. At first, I didn't even process it. There's a small wooden table on the front porch, 2 chairs. Nobody ever moves them. One chair was facing outward, toward the yard. The other was facing the front door. That chair had always faced outward. I knew that. I'd sat in it multiple times that week, every time looking out at the driveway. But now it was turned, facing the door, deliberately. Not wind, not an animal. Someone had moved it, and there was no explanation that made sense. I called my aunt, didn't tell her everything, just asked if anyone had access to the house. She mentioned a man, someone who had done repairs months ago. She wasn't sure if he still had a key. She said it casually, like it didn't matter. That made it worse. I left that same day, packed everything, took the dogs. I didn't wait, I just left. When I think about that night, it's not the door handle, it's not even the chair, it's this. Whoever was there didn't try to get in. They didn't knock, didn't force anything. They just stood there, outside, in the dark, and the chair facing the door, like they had already been sitting there, watching, before I even went to sleep, waiting for something I still don't understand. I never found out who it was.
The part that still gets me is that I almost didn't go back outside that night. If I hadn't, I think I would have slept fine. I think I would have just gone home and never thought about it again. But I did go back, and now there are things I notice about silence, about distance, about the way someone stands when they think no one is watching, and I wish I didn't. This was about 3 years ago. My uncle owns farmland out in rural Punjab, somewhere near Sheikhupura, about 40 minutes outside the city. But once you get there, it doesn't feel like the same world anymore. Flat land, wide open. You can stand in the middle and look in any direction and just see horizon and silence. I was staying there for a week, helping with paperwork, checking equipment in the storage shed, nothing complicated. It was mostly just me and the caretaker, Bashir. He didn't talk much, which was fine. I liked the quiet. The farmhouse was small. One main room, a kitchen, a back room where I slept. No proper signal, no internet. At night, it got dark in a way city people forget. Real dark. The first 2 days were normal, peaceful even. It was the third evening when something felt off. Not in an obvious way, just slightly wrong. I was outside around sunset, letting my uncle's dog, Bura, run around. He was old, but still energetic, always barking at something. That evening, he just stopped, mid-run, completely still, ears up. He was staring toward the far end of the field, where there was a line of eucalyptus trees. I looked, nothing, just trees, wind, empty land. But Bura didn't move. He didn't bark either, and that's what felt wrong. I called him. He came, but slowly, and he kept looking back. That stayed with me. I told myself it was probably a jackal. something normal. But that night, I didn't sleep well. Nothing happened, no sounds, no movement. Just this feeling, like something wasn't where it was supposed to be. By morning, I convinced myself I was overthinking. Bashir came early. We were working in the shed, and I casually mentioned Bura, how he'd been staring at the trees. Bashir didn't respond immediately. Then he said, "Don't walk to those trees." Just like that. I asked him why. He said there were stray dogs there, aggressive ones. It made sense, but something about it didn't sit right. The next day, I saw someone out in the field, far away. Just a figure walking slowly along the tree line, too far to see clearly. Dark clothing, not doing anything, just walking. I watched for a while, then I went back to what I was doing. When I looked again, they were still there. Same area, same slow movement. At that point, I noticed something. They weren't really walking somewhere. They were just moving, like there wasn't a destination. That's when it started to feel strange. I didn't say anything, but I kept noticing. That night, I made a mistake. I went back outside. I'd brought Bura in, closed the door, started cooking, then realized I'd left his water bowl outside. I waited, told myself I didn't want to go back out, but eventually, I did. I stepped outside, picked up the bowl, and then I heard it. A voice. Not loud, not calling out, just talking. Calm.
Like someone having a normal conversation out in the field at night. I stood there, completely still, listening. I couldn't understand words, just tone. And then another voice, responding. Two people talking quietly in the middle of a dark field. That's when I went back inside, locked the door, and for the first time, I felt like something wasn't normal. I called my uncle, told him everything. He asked me one thing. What did the voice sound like? I said I couldn't understand it. He paused, then said, "Stay inside at night. Probably nothing, but stay inside." The next morning, I was packing to leave. Bashir came early. I asked him directly who lived beyond those trees. He said he didn't know, just that a group of men had come a year ago, built something behind the tree line, a small structure not visible from the road. They didn't talk to anyone, didn't interact, just stayed there. I asked what they were doing. He shrugged, then said, "Some things you don't ask about." That should have been the end of it. But then he said something else, something I still think about. He said, "The person you saw, I saw them too, but I always counted 4, maybe 5, and they always walked together." I told him I only saw one. He looked at me and said, "I know, that's what I mean." Then he left. I didn't ask anything else. I think I didn't want the answer. I drove home that day, and I told myself there was a logical explanation. There always is. But sometimes, late at night, I think about Bura, standing there, not barking, just staring at something I couldn't see. And I think about this. If there were really 4 or 5 of them, then why did I only ever see one? And what exactly was the other one doing? The part that still bothers me is that we never found out who it was. Not their name, not how long they'd been there, nothing. And the police told us not to worry about it. That was the part that didn't feel right. This happened about 3 years ago. My sister, Danya, and I drove out to our uncle's property, a farmhouse about 2 hours outside Lahore. He had passed away a few months earlier, quietly, the kind of death where no one notices immediately. By April, we finally went to clear the place out. It was one of those locations that feels disconnected, not far from the city, but once you're there, it doesn't feel like it belongs to the same world. Old farmhouse, clay walls, empty fields surrounding it. Our uncle had lived there alone for years. We hadn't visited in a long time. That's something I still think about. The drive was normal. We talked about practical things, what to keep, what to throw away, whether the place was worth selling. It made things easier. Grief feels smaller when you turn it into tasks. We got there around mid-morning. The sky was flat, gray, the kind of sky that doesn't feel like weather, just pressure. The gate was already unlocked. I didn't question it. Old houses do that. Things loosen. The front door took effort to open, but when it did, something felt wrong immediately. The air inside wasn't stale, and that's not a small detail. When a house is closed for months, the air changes. It becomes thick, heavy. This wasn't like that. It felt used, like someone had just left. I mentioned it to Danya. She shrugged, said maybe a window had been open. That made sense. I accepted it. We started in the main room. Simple furniture, a charpoy, a low table, old books.
Everything looked untouched, but something about the space felt occupied. The first thing that made me pause was the kitchen. There was a glass on the counter, upside down, on a cloth, clean. Everything else in the kitchen was covered in dust, but that glass wasn't. Not just clean, recently clean. I picked it up, turned it over, put it back, told myself it didn't mean anything, but I kept looking at it like it didn't belong there. We moved to the back rooms. Storage first. Dust. Old furniture. Nothing unusual. Then the bedroom. The bed was made neatly. Too neatly. I stood there for a moment, trying to remember if he had been like that. He wasn't. I knew he wasn't. Danya didn't notice, or maybe she didn't care. I didn't say anything. I don't know why. We went outside for lunch, sat on the step, ate quietly. The fields stretched out in front of us, empty, but not peaceful, just silent. The wrong kind of silent. That's when I saw the window on the side of the house, slightly open, not broken, just open. I walked over. The latch was bent, not snapped, bent slowly, like someone had worked at it over time. I stood there longer than I should have. Then I went back inside. This time, I checked properly, opened cupboards, looked behind things.
In the storage room, behind a cabinet, there was a space. And inside that space, there was a folded sack and a plastic water bottle, crushed, like someone had used it and pressed it down, not thrown away, kept. That's when it became real. Someone had been living there, inside the house, not passing through, staying. I went outside, called the police. They came, walked through the house. 6 minutes, that was it. Said it was probably a squatter, probably gone, probably. They weren't concerned. That bothered me more than anything. We stayed, finished what we had to do, but I kept thinking about one thing, the glass. Someone had stood in that kitchen, washed it,
and placed it carefully to dry. Not rushed, not careless, careful, like they belonged there, like they were trying not to leave a mess. That's what stays with me. Not fear, not danger, just that quiet routine. Someone moving through that house at night, using one glass, sleeping behind that cabinet, living carefully, silently, knowing someone would eventually come back and leaving before they did. We sold the house 6 months later. I never went back. But sometimes when I'm somewhere quiet, really quiet, I think about that house and I wonder if whoever was there ever left or if they're just waiting for the next empty place.